Walked past a postal worker and like a UPS delivery person, and honestly like got kind of emotional because I want to do what we do best on this channel. I want to talk about books for a second. I'm all made up with nowhere to go but my living room. I'm gonna quickly talk about, now that I've been doing it for like a full work week, what my morning routine has looked like lately. Hi. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel. I hope this isn't the first video you're watching. Oh my gosh. Welcome to my day in my life vlog. It's been the day with me vlog, my quarantine vlog. I don't even know what I'm gonna call this or how I'm gonna do this, but I did decide that with everything going on, and yeah, with everything going on, it just seemed like a good time to pull the camera out and start documenting a little bit of this. I also posted on Instagram the other day and asked you guys if I did decide to kind of vlog my next couple of, I don't even know how long, if that would be something that you guys would want to see. So I'm going to do these like day in my life, my quarantined life videos. I don't know if I've even fully decided to edit and upload and post all these or whatever, but I do want to document and kind of record what's going on. Obviously they're going to be a little repetitive and maybe a bit boring, but I hope that it helps everyone to just feel a little more comforted and less alone. I'm not going to post videos where we only talk about coronavirus, because that is not what anyone needs to hear right now. So I just hope that everyone is safe and taking care of themselves as best as you can and staying home as much as you can. And a huge thank you and just note of gratitude to all of the medical workers and other essential workers who are going out every single day in the midst of all of this chaos, just to make sure that we have clean streets and safe grocery stores and that we're able to still get these essential services. You guys are the true heroes right now. So enough of this like awkward intro. I want to do what we do best on this channel. I want to talk about books for a second before I get into the rest of this vlog. Okay, so as you can see, I'm wearing a newish shirt that I've of course already stained. It says Book Nerd Support Group, a safe space for readers, introverts welcome, bookmarks optional. I designed this back in February, I think. Yeah, I think February. And I got a sample made because I was going to put them on the website to sell with the other merch. If you're new here and you're like, what are you even talking about? I have 3 other merch designs which you can't buy right now because there's no way for me to get them to you because of coronavirus. Our distributor had to obviously close their offices, which they totally should have. I hope all of their employees are safe, but I basically take like things that I think represent our community here and put them on wearable pieces for you guys. So I have the shirt, but it's not going to be available until after all of this passes. But in the spirit of book nerd support, obviously when you're feeling anxious and chaotic and nothing is certain, you should buy books. So I definitely bought some books. I actually just got a box from Book Outlet, like literally 15 minutes before I picked the camera up. And normally when I do an unboxing from Book Outlet or anywhere, I like to, you know, bring the box into the frame and open the box with you guys on camera, make it a whole thing. But because of everything going on, I'm not really bringing packages like into my living space. I kind of like keep the box by the door, break it down, and then take it out, and then I can like sanitize after, just because I'd rather be safe than sorry. So instead of doing an unboxing, I have the tote bag version of the Book Nerd Support Group merch. It says the exact same thing, and I've put all of the Book Outlet books in here that I picked up for my birthday. My birthday was on Wednesday. I had a quarantined birthday. Thanks to my great friends, I had a virtual happy hour and just felt like super loved on because my friends are awesome. But yeah, definitely the strangest birthday I've ever had, but made it to 27. That's all I can be grateful for. So let's get into the books. I have these, I think this is like 6 or 7 books I bought from Book Outlet, and then I have a couple other books I've picked up from some other stores and some independent bookstores that I'm also going to plug so that you guys can order online from them too and support them while they're going through this tough transition. So the first book I picked up is called Goodbye Days by Jeff Zentmer. And this book is a young adult book. It's about a teenage boy who is like, he sends a text to his friends and doesn't realize that they're about to get into a fatal car accident. And afterwards he can't stop blaming himself for the accident, and I think there are people in his life who blame him as well. He has like a therapist and his ex-girlfriend, or one of the victim's ex-girlfriends, who are kind of trying to be helpful and getting him to forgive himself, and they're encouraging him to have goodbye days with everyone, who all of his best friends who were victims, basically like a day to honor their memory and to just come to terms with the fact that they're gone. So this sounds like it's going to be actually kind of heartbreaking. It gives me like History Is All You Left Me, or what was the book, the other book by that same author? I can't think of it. I will plug it right here because I know it's gonna bother me. He wrote History Is All You Left Me, and the book about, okay, well, I'll plug it when I remember it. Hi, Amber in editing here. It was They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. That's the book. But that gives me kind of like a similar vibe to this. I won't read this anytime soon just because I'm not really in the mood for a sad book, but it sounded really good, so I added it to my book outlet cart. The next book I picked up is called Maternity Leave by Julie Halpern. This is a book about a young woman who's obviously out on maternity leave. She's a middle school teacher, and she always envisioned that her maternity leave would look one way, be very like blissful and calming and a time to bond with her new baby, and it ends up being nothing like she expected. I don't know why, but I love reading stories about like new moms and motherhood. I think it's very not even relatable because I'm not a new mom, but it's just, I don't know, I really am drawn to those stories. So this looks pretty good. I mean, I'll probably read this sooner than later because it seems a little bit lighter than some of the other books I picked up. And I also really love the cover. The cover is so cute. The next book I picked up is a middle grade book called Amal Unbound by Aisha Saeed. This book is about a 12-year-old girl who dreams about becoming a teacher. She lives in Pakistan, and one day she accidentally insults a family member of their like ruling family in their village, and as punishment she's forced to become a servant to that family for the rest of her life. So it's her story. It's super short, and I really love the way that middle grade authors take these big complex cultural dynamics and then make them so accessible to young people. And I think it's also helpful for older people to wrap their head around those cultural dynamics. So I'll probably be starting this sooner rather than later. Even though it's intense, I feel like it's going to be not crazy hard to get through, and it's another really pretty cover, if you can see. Next, I picked up She Regrets Nothing by Andrea Dunlop. This is about a girl who's grown up kind of weary of the wealthier side of her family, but then she loses both of her parents and she only has that family to lean on. So she starts to get close to, I think, two of her cousins who are from that wealthy side of the family, and then realizes that like the life that they've been living isn't as like damning and like terrible as her parents always made it seem. Another one that seems like it could be a nice distracting read for right now. It reminds me of that one season of Gossip Girl where Charlie comes on the scene. Remember, Charlie is Serena's cousin who was like, her mom always sheltered her from the rich. This is a great time to rewatch Gossip Girl if you haven't done that already. Next, I picked up a book that I've been wanting to read for a while now, and that is The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. I'm shocked that this is in hardcover. I haven't seen this in hardcover anywhere, and I think it was only like $4 or $5 on Book Outlet, which if you haven't ordered from Book Outlet yet, I will leave my link in the description box. I think you get like $5 off of your first order with that link. They seriously are unbeat for discount books, and they're running a sale right now for an additional 15% off of their already like stupid low prices. So take advantage of that. Like a $4 hardcover is unheard of. But The Flat Share is about these two people. Their names are Tiffany and Leon, and they share an apartment. Actually, they share a bedroom, but they never meet each other. One works days, the other works nights. So while one is in the apartment, the other is gone, and they fall in love. So I'll probably read this after my current read, just because I've been wanting to read it for so long. And people either really seem to love it or really hate it, but it sounds like something that I'm really gonna love. Hey, it's me again, still editing. I just finished this book this morning, so I wanted to pop in really quick and say I really loved it. I think I'm giving it like a 4.5 out of 5 stars, but I totally see why people hate this book. Even people who like romance books, the writing style is kind of different, but I highly recommend the audiobook. It took me a while to get into the way the author writes, especially the male character, but the audiobook was really good. It is set in the UK, so there are accents if that bothers you, but great audiobook. Tote bag holds a lot of books. Next, I got New People by Danzy Senna. I also am obsessed with this cover. This author is the same author of the book Caucasia, which I haven't read yet, but I wanted to read this one first. This is a book about a couple who lives in Brooklyn, and I haven't tried to read too much about this or read any reviews about this because I want to go in a little bit blind. But there's a couple, they live in Brooklyn, they're college sweethearts, they're building this like ideal, like very intellectual couple, power couple life together, and then they get asked to be, I think, like in a documentary series, and life unfolds from there. So I haven't seen a lot of reviews like on BookTube and such of this book, but everyone really likes Caucasia, so I have faith in this author, and I will let you guys know what I think. And the last book I picked up is Do This For Me by Eliza Kennedy. Again, all of these covers, like, I don't typically buy books based on the cover alone, but I'm into it. This book is about a woman who kind of like has it all. Dream job, dream husband, dream family, everything is perfect. Then one day something happened and her whole life is set off track. And that's pretty much all I know. It's a relatively shortest book. I think it's kind of like rom-com-y. So this is definitely kind of the kind of book I've been in the mood for lately, as you will see when I show you the next little stack I have. But yeah, I hadn't heard of this before, but it has really good reviews on Goodreads. Today I'm hoping I finish my current read, which is American Royals by Catherine McGee. I started Catherine McGee's other YA series, The Thousandth Floor, and never continued the series. I still have to read the other two books, but I really like that series because Catherine McGee is good at creating a cast of characters who just get into so much mess. She also loves a love triangle, which I don't love, but she does them pretty well. So this book is basically re-envisioning America if we had never had a president and we had a monarchy instead, which definitely is appeasing the history nerd in me. I really like the characters in this, except for one, but I don't think you're supposed to like her. But usually by the end, even the characters you hate, I feel like Catherine McGee makes you at least empathetic towards them. So yeah, I really like the characters, I like the storyline. Catherine McGee's writing is awesome. Yeah, it's good so far. I'm hoping to finish it today. I have like 100 pages left. I also picked up Blitz by Alexa Martin. This is the third companion novel in her like I was gonna say YA, but it's definitely not YA, in her romance series that basically follows like athletes and their girlfriends, but not in the cringy way that that sounds. I haven't even looked into really what this one is about because I hate being spoiled for her books now. They're so much fun. The last one was Fumbled. The first book is Intercepted. Fumbled was by far my favorite, but everyone is saying that this one is even better than Fumbled. And I think she has another one coming out this spring or summer. Hopefully all these books are still coming out spring or summer. So I definitely want to start this one soon. I kind of have all of my like rom-coms on deck. And from Harriet's Bookstore, which is a local bookstore here in Philadelphia, you can order from them online, support them. They literally just opened in February, and this is definitely hitting all of our small businesses hard. So I picked up Hood Feminism, Notes from Women That the Movement Forgot by Mickey Kendall, and everyone is raving about how good this book is. I've read some of Mickey Kendall's writing. She's also, I want to say a journalist, but don't quote me. And she's written pretty extensively about feminism and how feminism has left, sorry, my camera cut off, but yeah, she's written about how feminism has left out Black women and women of color, and I think anyone who is a Black woman or woman of color knows that that is a fact. So I'm excited to read this one. I don't know if I'm going to be reaching for nonfiction anytime soon, but I'm glad to have this and to have supported Harriet. Like I said, I'm going to link a couple of other independent bookstores that you can support that are in Philadelphia in the description box. If you want to leave a link to your own independent bookstore or local bookstore in the comments, feel free. Or if like YouTube is weird about links, feel free to like DM or email me any bookstores that you want me to be able to share links to, and I'm happy to do that. We really need to support our small businesses through this. And if you are a small business owner, I really hope that you're still getting support in whatever ways you can. But yeah, it is like just about 12:30 almost. I'm not hungry, so I don't think I'm gonna make lunch or anything, but I do want to read a little bit of my book. So I'm going to take a reading break before I hop back on email and such for work, and then yeah, I'll check in with you guys in a bit. Obviously did not pick the camera up again last night. Just wasn't like in a pick up the camera mood, I guess. So now it is the next morning. It is Thursday the 26th. And to be honest, this is like a very blah morning so far for me. I am still making myself like get up, have breakfast, like not act like it's a normal day, but have like some semblance of like a regular routine, which I think is helping. But I also think it's totally normal just to be more tired or more like drained because you're in the house all day and these are stressful times. So I'm not really putting like a ton of pressure on myself to be uber productive, but today is definitely like not as productive as I was earlier in the week, which is normal. You know, by Thursday usually I'm tired at work anyway. So what has happened? I finished American Royals last night. I really liked it. Catherine McGee does really good like cliffhangery endings, so I can't wait till the second book in that comes out. I think it's gonna end up being like a trilogy. She usually does. Her last series was a trilogy, and the next book comes out this fall, so I'm probably gonna pre-order that because I feel like authors need us to be pre-ordering books right now when everything is so uncertain. I'm also realizing, I don't know if it's just the camera or it's probably real life, I'm so pale. I should probably go for a walk today. So I started The Flat Share last night, and by started I mean I read a paragraph, solid paragraph. So I'm gonna read a little bit of this morning just because I feel like I woke up and I did do some work, but now I'm feeling kind of like I'm hitting a wall. So I'm going to read for a bit, hop on, check emails, and do some more like 9 to 5 work, and then I'm gonna try to write. So on Monday or Tuesday of this week, I got a significant like chunk of writing done for my work in progress. For those of you who don't know, if this is your first time watching, which again I really hope this isn't your first video of mine you're watching, but if it is, or if I just haven't talked about it much in other videos, I am currently working on my first novel. It is a contemporary fiction novel, contemporary romance, and yeah, I'm excited about it. I really want to have my rough draft done by like the end of the year realistically, which is definitely doable. I know people who have gotten a rough draft done in 6 months. Not that it's a race, but yeah, I finished a chapter in that earlier this week, and I would really like to finish the next 2 chapters by the end of next week, which is definitely doable if I just kind of like chip away at it little by little. So one chapter for me is about 3,200 words, a little bit more, a little bit less, depending on what's happening in the chapter. So that would mean in the next like week and a half, I'm looking to write like 6,400 words, which might be a little ambitious, but I do think it's doable. So my plan is finish this coffee, read a little bit of The Flat Share, maybe like a chapter or 2, hop back on emails, and then maybe from like 3 to 6 or 3 to 5, try to just focus on getting words on a page, even if they suck, which they probably will. So yeah, that's what you missed. I will try to grab the camera more because that is the whole point of starting this. And oh, and tonight I'm going live on Instagram with Allison from Allison Reads DC on Instagram. She is like super similar to me. I feel like she reads a million books a week. I don't know how she does it and works full time and like has a life, but we have very similar personalities, very similar tastes. So I'm excited to talk to her tonight. We've never met in real life, but we decided that since everyone else is going live, we should probably go live too. So I'm sure we'll talk about books and life under quarantine and self-care and just like all that other good stuff. So yeah, it's nice to have something to look forward to. And I feel like I need to run out and get a couple of grocery things today, so I'm probably going to do that. Going to the grocery store is definitely anxiety inducing right now, just because Obviously, for everyone, the safest place you can be is in your house. So anytime you have to leave your house, it's a little bit nerve-wracking. But at the same time, it's like you go out as safely as you can and just hope for the best. So that's what I'm gonna do. And that's pretty much my plan for the day. Today will be the first day in a while that I've actually even gone outside, because I got groceries over the weekend and it's been kind of like crappy weather, so I haven't even gone out to take like a walk. So I might actually just go and take a walk too, maybe like either right before or right after I eat lunch, to just get some fresh air and be outside. But yeah, still hanging in, but today is definitely a little bit more blah than earlier in the week has been. Alright, came outside, took a walk, a really short walk, and got some air. I'm about to walk to the store just to re-up on some essentials, but it's so weird. I feel like people are being better about social distancing, which is good, but I still think there are too many people in the park. I walked past a postal worker and like a UPS delivery person, and honestly like got kind of emotional because it's like these people are essentially keeping our world floating and like risking their lives to deliver Amazon packages, which is crazy, but thank God for them. Yeah, I'm still nervous to go to the store. I didn't realize how freaked out I was until I started like getting ready to leave my house. So I also needed to take this walk as kind of like a pep talk. And the other downside to this is it's like springtime, so everyone's cutting grass, and that's gonna make my allergies flare, which is like similar cold symptoms, like I'll have a runny nose or itchy throat, and then that makes me more paranoid, but still good to get outside. So I'm just gonna go to the store and get back in as fast as I can. Alright, so as you can see, I'm all made up with nowhere to go but my living room. So I just decided to, you know, look like I'm doing something, because I'm not gonna get the chance to put on makeup and do something for probably the next couple of weeks while we're beating this thing. So I'm all set up for an Instagram live with Allison. I'll show you guys my setup. I have my phone just like clipped to this bookshelf on this like tripod situation I bought like forever ago and then lost, but luckily found in time to do this. Gonna sit with the books in the background because it just seems right. I always just move this chair. It like stays here in a different position, like it's usually that way, but I just rotated it so I can be near the window and the light. And then I have a full range of snackage. So some wheat thins, some water, and some red wine, because we could all use a glass of red wine these days. So I'm just gonna chill, wait. We have about 10 minutes until we're going live. And yeah, I probably won't pick the vlog back up until tomorrow. I decided I'm gonna vlog through tomorrow, and tomorrow I'm gonna talk a little bit more about like the work from home tactics that I've been using to try to stay focused and get some stuff done, because today actually turned out to be really productive once I kind of made my to-do list a little bit more basic and realistic. So I think that could be helpful for a lot of you guys. So I'll share some of those tips tomorrow before I get to work, and then I'll wrap up the vlog then, and then I'm probably gonna just upload videos that aren't as quarantine in my life focused, just because I think that that can get a little depressing after a while. But I will still try to do some vlogs and like keep you guys up to date on just like my mindset and how my anxiety is, because I know that is important too. All right, I'm gonna go get ready for this. I will catch up with you guys in the morning. Good morning, guys. It is officially Friday. We made it to the end of another week practicing physical or social distancing. I've been trying to say physical distancing a lot more, because I realized that, you know, after reading and listening to a few people, we are still being social, just virtually social. But anyway, I want to quickly talk about, now that I've been doing it for like a full work week, what my morning routine has looked like lately, because I think that the first week that I was working from home, physical distancing, I was really struggling. I would have like some days where I would be like great and doing well and getting work done and like feeling productive and feeling good, and then other days where I would be like so detached and so defeated that I wasn't getting anything done, and it was really stressing me out. And not even getting anything done from the sense that I wasn't doing work, not getting anything done from the sense that like I wasn't going to sleep, I wasn't making like good meal choices. Like I wasn't doing anything that was positively serving me. So I feel like I took this week to kind of course correct, and I want to just talk about what worked and what didn't. Okay, so for starters, I've been making myself get in the bed no later than 10:30. I have been, usually I don't watch TV during the week because I realized like a couple of months ago that I was so addicted to having a TV that I was staying up way too late to watch TV. So I've been rewatching Downton Abbey, and I will watch an episode usually around, I watch like 2 episodes, so from like 7:30 to 9:30, or like 7 to 9, or like 8 to 10, whatever. Usually I'm watching it while I'm eating dinner. And if I want to watch more TV, like if I want to watch 4 hours of TV from like 6 to 10, then that's not a big deal, I feel like, during this. So I'll do that. And then I get in the bed and I will read until I fall asleep every single night. That's what I've been doing. I try to wake up, I set an alarm for 6:15, and I get up somewhere between 6:15 and 7. I like to be out of the bed no later than 7. And then as soon as I'm out of the bed, I like go to the bathroom, do whatever, like wash my face, brush my teeth, and then I come back and make the bed, so that it kind of signals to me that the bed is done. Like we're done with that, unless I want to take a nap or come back later. But pretty much I make the bed in the morning, so I know that the bedtime is done. Then I'll come out, I make coffee, I make breakfast. I'm actually going to show you my breakfast because I think this is a really good, easy breakfast to make. This really quick breakfast like hash because I had this leftover ground sausage. So it's just sausage, peppers and onions, kale and potato. And then after you have all that done, just crack an egg in it. Let the egg get all nice and like fried, or let it get a little runny if you like that. But it is so good. I made like a little big batch of it, and I've been eating it over the week. I usually have something like that with a yogurt. I also bought like things to have in my freezer just in case I couldn't get out to the store and I wanted to have like quick breakfast things. So I have frozen waffles. I always have pancake mix in my house, like regardless of what's going on, because it's so dumb, easy and fast to do. So pancake stuff, I have frozen fruit in case I want to do a smoothie or something like that. So breakfast, coffee, all of that. And I do that from like 7 to like 7:45. Right now it is 8:30 because I didn't get out of bed until 7. Around 8, between 8 and 9, I like kind of get myself together. So I will make a list of things I'm running low on. So like I'm running low on eggs, I'm running low on creamer, I'm running low on coffee. Things that I try to do before, like yesterday I did that grocery run, but I only try to grab things that are like majorly essential if I have to go into a big grocery store. If it's something I can buy from a smaller corner store or order online, I don't try to hoard it from the grocery store because I know that they're so overwhelmed right now. I will make a list of any like video calls or conference calls I have. So I know I have a call at 11, that's a video call, and I know I'm probably gonna FaceTime with 2 of my friends later in the afternoon. So I just want to make sure that I note those, so that if I decide I want to take a nap or take a reading break, that I'm not like rushing to get back to my computer, and I can kind of separate workspace from my personal living space. So then at 9 is when I log on and I start doing work. So I usually start with email. The best thing about all this is that email has been so underwhelming. I feel like usually my inbox by like 9:15 is like a war zone, and now because so many people are ceasing work or working slower, working remotely, then there's just not as much email craziness happening. So I'll do emails. That's pretty much it. I'll just get work done as much as I can. I've been making really short, focused to-do lists that aren't overwhelming, that help me stay on track and stay on task. And I think that's one of the main keys. If you find that you're having trouble focusing, you're probably trying to focus on too much. So scale back where you can. Like maybe you need to like work on a certain project, or work on certain emails, or work on writing. Pick a day and a time where you tell yourself like, this hour I'm only gonna do this, and all I have to do is work on it. Not I have to finish it, not I have to make it perfect, not I have to do an amazing job, just I just need to work on it. And once you get into that workflow, it's much easier to kind of pick up and get into a vibe where you can do a good job and you can make it perfect, or as close to perfect as you can, without overwhelming yourself and being so stressed about like the daunting task ahead of you. That's one thing that's been really helping me, just reshifting the focus from I have to get all this stuff done, I have to be everything and do everything, to I just need to focus and get work done on this one thing right now. So yeah, that's pretty much my morning. I'm about to eat my breakfast, drink some water. I also am going to take one of my Equilibria soft gels. If you haven't heard of Equilibria before, they are a female run CBD company, and I really love their products. They work really well, they're amazing quality, and I like that when you order from them, you get paired with a dosage consultant who can walk you through like how the product can work for you, how to alter how much you're taking, how often you take it, when you take it. I worked with Maya, and before I even started partnering with them, I purchased the product with my own money because I'd heard such great things about them. So what I do in the morning is I take one of the soft gels. It's just like this little pill you probably can't even see. I take one of the soft gels, and what I like about the soft gels is that they are slow releasing. So I take one in the morning and kind of feel that sense of calm all throughout the day. I used to take them before work anyway, so I just kept that part of my routine going. And then I also have the daily drops. These are the limited edition flavored ones, so these kind of taste citrusy, but these are more fast acting, and this is just like you take a quick dropper full basically, and you don't have to take these with food. You should take the soft gel with food. So you take like a dropper full of this, hold it under your tongue for a couple seconds, and then swallow. It has kind of like an earthy taste, but it doesn't really linger. And you feel those right away. So those are good if you need to help fall asleep, but also if you're feeling anxious and you need to just take the edge off quickly. And you can combine a soft gel and a dropper, but usually I only need the dropper if I'm like really struggling with my anxiety that day. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to make my limited little short list in my bullet journal. Someone asked like, what has your bullet journal been looking like lately? And literally it's just like a small mini list of things to do. Back on the couch. All right, so I just wrapped up pretty much. I need to do some more emails, but pretty much wrapped up work for the day. Today ended up being very productive. I was kind of skeptical because I woke up very tired still, and like honestly just wanted to get back in bed, but I got a lot done. Sent out a newsletter, got some work done, had some good meetings, had some FaceTime dates. I didn't stop to read it all because I was kind of just in a flow, but overall productive day. So before I end this vlog, I told you guys I would give you some work from home tips now that I've been in this new routine and adjusting to this new normal for 2 full work weeks, just to share some things that have been working really well for me. So the first thing, start around the same time every day. I think that, you know, now that we don't have commutes if we're working from home, or if the kind of work that you're doing is shifting and you can kind of take some time back, it's really easy to say like, oh, I have extra time, I'm gonna start later, sleep in more, which is fine if you need to, but if you can, starting work around the same time every morning has been so helpful. My brain is still kind of in like, okay, Monday through Friday we get up early, we have a morning routine, and then we get to work. So that's been super helpful for me. I usually start working like right around 8:30, 9 o'clock and wrap around like 5 still. So it's still like a normal work day, still the same amount of time, and your brain remembers like, oh yeah, we do this. Like, I do go to work, I do sit at a desk and get things done. Okay, my second work from home tip for you guys, I put my hand up. My second work from home tip for you guys is have a dedicated space where you can get work done. So for me, that's pretty much been my desk. I'm not really using my laptop much these days. I'm just using my desktop and sitting at the desk during all the hours that I'm doing work, no matter what work I'm doing. I think that's been helpful too, just because when I'm at my desk I feel more productive because I feel like I'm actually getting to work, versus if I'm like on the couch watching TV, it'll probably take me an extra like 45 minutes to do a task because I'm so distracted, or I'm comfortable, or I'm moving around on the couch. So have a dedicated place to work, even if you don't have a desk in your apartment. When I was in my studio, when I work from home, I did work from the couch, but I would like rearrange my coffee table so it looked more like a desk than a coffee table, and that was really helpful just mindset wise. But even if you have like a bookshelf that that sits low that you can like pull up a chair to and do work, or if you have like a spot on a dresser or anything that you can kind of make a makeshift workspace out of, that's great. I know for some people, I've heard a lot of people saying they struggle with like the lack of space for extra screens or monitors. Like, think about the furniture that you have that can be moved around while we are temporarily in this situation and made into a makeshift workspace. Like, you'd be surprised what you can do if you get creative. And then my third and final work from home tip, especially for everyone who's feeling like they're having trouble staying focused, getting stuff done, or maintaining productivity, is to keep your to-do list realistic and schedule in breaks. Schedule in breaks. So when I first got to work from home full time, I was trying to do the same amount of stuff that I was doing in the office. But in the office, we do take breaks. We just don't schedule them or really call them out as breaks. Like the 5 minutes you take to go talk to a coworker about how their day was or how their night was, or that time after a meeting where you'll like linger around the water cooler or something. All of those breaks are very helpful in keeping the trajectory of our days going. And a lot of my meetings have been canceled because since other things aren't moving, we're not having those meetings. So your timing is different now. Like you've reclaimed a lot more time in some cases than usual. Or for a lot of people, because you're not in person, you're meeting more. So you're losing more of that task time and absorbing it into meeting time. So when you're looking at how much you can actually physically get done during a workday, be realistic. Like pick your top 2 to 3 tasks that you know you have to finish, and then try to like timeline those out over however many days it takes to accomplish them. Don't try to get 30 things done in a day because you're going to burn out. And use the Pomodoro method. So the Pomodoro method is when you set a timer and you do work for 25 minutes and then you take a 5-minute break to do something that won't let you spiral into like a distraction hole. So don't take your break to go on YouTube, but take your break to walk around your apartment and stretch, or call a friend for 5 minutes, or like set a timer and read a book for 5 minutes, something that you can hard stop and then get back to work and get back into your flow and do. So for me, I usually take a break to read. When I take lunch breaks, I'm trying to stop eating my lunch at my desk, but sometimes it's just easier because I'm already sitting there. But a couple days this week, I ate my lunch like where I usually eat instead of at my desk, and I think that was helpful. And not doing work while you're eating also makes it feel like a real break and not just like all you do is work. And that also helps you kind of like move your workday along, because I think a lot of people are finding that because you're not making yourself work in one space and you're trying to do it all, you're actually working more than you normally would work. So you start the day at the same time, but it's like 9 o'clock and you're still doing work. But if you kind of pace your day appropriately, you'll probably find it a lot easier to wrap up closer to a normal time versus like just bringing your laptop around your apartment all day and getting stuff done as you can, like between Twitter binges. So those 3 things have really been helping me. I'm sure I'm gonna have to keep adjusting and finding new routines throughout this process. We just got notice that our office is gonna be closed until at least April 7th, which is another week of this, but I'm sure just given the state of things, it's gonna end up getting extended. So that's it for this vlog. I hope it was entertaining, fun, comforting, something to do, something to have on when you're working in the background. So thanks so much for watching. If you're not already subscribed, make sure you do that. I'm uploading every single week. I also will leave links to anything I mentioned, any books, any products I mentioned, any discount codes will all be in the description box below, as well as links to my blog and all my social media. And stay safe, stay home if you can. Thank you if you're an essential person out dealing with this firsthand. And yeah, just stay safe, stay healthy, and wash your hands. And I'll see you guys in the next one.